9 show. Like and sub if you like my content. And tonight we're going to do a sketch of a hand. This is the reference photo. A hand holding up the sun like that. Holding up the sun at the beach. And so that's what we're going to work on today. I'm going to do it sideways because it fits in frame better. And we're going to do it as a watercolor. But you know, I can always come back later and add acrylics onto the top just for added energy. So we'll start first with the watercolors. I've been having a difficulty here in scheduling these lives, and the difficulty that I've been having is that I put it in for a certain time, and then it defaults it to like midnight or some other time, and I don't get it. I don't know, maybe other people have had this same issue thing going on, but nevertheless, I don't know what to make of that. So I guess it just depends on what color do I make the hand. The big old hand. I think I'm gonna make it like I'm gonna make it earth tones. I think. Well, hi, hello. How are you doing today? I'm gonna make this hand like some earthy tones. I think we'll do this burnt sienna too. So we'll make it a color like this. Yeah, sometimes it's working fine, but I think it's just, yeah, I'm doing all right. I don't understand what's going on. This is like the second or third time that I've done it. That I have, like last week, I noticed that I set a live for 12:21 p.m. on Sunday, and then it had defaulted to a.m. and I looked at it like 3 times, and I tried it, and then it still did. Then it did it again, and it chose an entirely different day altogether. And so I don't know if it's just me. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it does it sometimes, and it did it this time. It did it too. I remember distinctively putting it in for like 9:29 p.m., 9:30 tonight, and when I went up looked at it, it was at it had set it out there at like for the 6th. What day is today? The 6th? No, it was like for midnight tonight, and it's like, well, I didn't want it then. So I don't know. I don't really get it. I'm gonna put this base coat in here. Yeah, I like it too. I did another one like this the year that I quit smoking, and yeah, it's a real cool picture as well. I have another picture that I'm going to do too sometime. Let me see, where is it at. This is one of my pictures that I'm gonna do soon. I was gonna do it last night, but I just didn't have enough energy. There was like a March and April birthday party today, and for everybody with March and April birthdays, which is, there were like 6 family. It was like 6 people in the family had March and April birthday parties, and yeah, and so that photograph there was my the photo that I used when I first started this channel. And anyways, we'll start with this color here, and then let's go on and let's add, since that's kind of down here, I'm going to add the rest of this down into here. All right, well, I suppose when I come into May, I might start doing some paper mache again. Let's go with this color because it's kind of all gray and it's kind of like looking together. So we're just going to use this color up into here and come in and go grab while it's drying, and then we'll go grab a different color altogether. So let's see what this will look like. I guess it doesn't really matter what it looks like. We're looking at it like that to get the shadows right. Shadows, kind of like that. So it's a little bit darker, lighter up front and darker back in the back. So I'm going to go make another color. We'll use this over here, the burnt sienna. And yeah, my mouth hurts too a little bit because I had that tooth pulled a couple days ago. And I think it's similar shade. Maybe we'll add a little bit of yellow to it. Yeah. Yeah, an actual photo that I took. That was that flying saucer was an actual photo that I took. All right. So let's just go take a look here. It is, I'm looking at it here. So it's darker back here and then lighter in the front. All right. Then one of my relatives asked, "Hey, I heard you had a pot." I was thinking, how did some of my relatives know that I had a that I did YouTube? I haven't, only one of my relatives that knows my sister. No, it was not. It was not taken in it was not taken in. It was taken at, this is Seattle Center. It was taken at Seattle Center. That's where it was taken. Taken in downtown Seattle. Actually, if you go this way, you're going right into Queen Anne, and if you go this way, you're going that direction, you're going up to where I used to live on Capitol Hill, First Hill. And so right here is, this whole block is Seattle Center, and it's a big block, and that's where Folk Life is every year. So did you hear what I said, Ange? Did you hear what I said where I said it was where the picture was taken at? Make this one. Let's come bring this in here. Seattle Center is where the picture was taken. Seattle Center, yes, Seattle Center. Looks like those ones are lighter. So I'm going to put this color in, and then we'll make it a lighter color on top of it, which I think I can do that. Seattle Center. And what do you know what's at Seattle Center? I know you've been to Seattle before. What's in Seattle? Go look up on your machine. Look up Seattle Center. Look up Seattle Center and see what you see there. We'll take a look at that. Let's go move that down here, and let's come in and bring out a different color. Oh, I don't have that device. Let's make let me see what we got here. Looking at it, looking at the hand, kind of like that. Making it look darker back and lighter in the front. I think that color is going to remain the same. Let's go grab some of this white. Did you get it now? Did you get it now? You look it up and now you see. Yeah, the answer to your question, Ange, is did other people see it? Yeah, people see that, see it. Yeah, yeah. I actually used Microsoft Paint to erase it, to erase part of the Space Needle, and then yeah, yeah. It's a great picture. It is because I took that picture from a car, and so when I lived in Seattle, I didn't have a car. But the first time I went back to visit, the first time I went back to visit is when I took that photograph, and I was driving around. I was driving all the places that I just used to go walking at, and um, so let's just put this on here. It's gonna lighten it up over here. This is closer, and see if we can make it give it a sense that this is closer and that's farther away. But yeah, here we go. And I might just leave it like that. I want to try to keep this live to be around an hour, maybe a little bit less, but and then at midnight I can have my next dose of Tylenol. Mouth really kind of hurts. That extraction took, that was hard. Hmm. Kind of texture this hand out. There we go. Maybe we can make it look like there's a. All right, well, let's come over and do a little bit of this color of the burnt umber. And for the back side of the thumb, darker still yet. Mm-hmm. I need to go to the coast. It's kind of darker further away. Mm. And so how you doing, Ange? Seems very cool. Let's see how that looks if I turn it on its side and see if I get a sense that it looks far away. Maybe it doesn't, but I've got to work on that shadings and stuff like that. And so let's just work on the foreground. I think I want to make it more gray or give it a grayer tone. And so we're going to come in here, take some of that. Well, I wonder if I just couldn't do it with some other colors, do it optically. I think I'm going to take that Prussian blue that I got here, and we're going to make that gray tone more optically versus, and okay, I like that color there. I think that's what I want it to be. A little bit more of that. Oh, you know, it really kind of sucks going to a pizza parlor when the instructions are is only soft foods, and going to a pizza party or it's the best damn pizza in your neck of the woods. I'm going to put this down in here and kind of get it to texture it out. This is not watercolor paper that I'm dealing with. This is a mixed media paper. So you're supposed to be able to do all kinds of different things with it, but you can't do. Watercolor is really difficult to do on the mixed media paper, because if you look closely here, the it's not really absorbing in here very well. The paint is just floating right on the surface of the paper. And all right, so maybe that'll dry up kind of clear. But yeah, I think I had to do something different. I need to do something different. That's the damnest thing about YouTube. You can't just keep doing the same thing every day and every time you go on. You gotta do something a little bit different. You need it to, hopefully in doing this on that side, that I can get that to look like land, but we'll have to work on it a little bit different. And then maybe just like we're a little bit of water in the background. Maybe, let me see, we'll use this ultramarine blue. I'm going to add that in there. But we need to add some light to it. Get it to, because we're going to be putting the sun in the background, so everything is silhouetted out. So in the way I have that sun directly in the back, the sun, I'm just going to put it kind of right in here, which means that we're not going to, I'm just going to leave this part just white. Yeah. And I think I want to add some of that white to it as well. Let's just see if we can put it back, put it in here like this, and just a little bit of a layer of, maybe we'll just overlap it this way here. Yeah, here we go. Don't want the water coming in, so it's kind of mixing, so you can see that there's the waves. Get some different perspective here when you're going to be painting on the side like this. Get you thinking just a little bit different, and it is always good to think differently. So I had this thought, and I don't know what, maybe what you think, if I take your, I kind of have felt like I had this thought this week that I am on the verge of having a major breakthrough with a lot of different things. Breakthrough with my tarot practice and with my painting. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough. Okay, let's take a look at this on the side. Okay, let me take a look at the, yeah, over there. It has the sparkles on there, the water sparkling on the surface. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's just bring it down a little bit here, a little bit more. Sometimes the water just comes in unevenly like that. Yeah. Okay, up on the sand. Okay, all right. Maybe we'll do it this way instead now. I'm just going to paint it, then hold on to it with one hand. Maybe we'll come in and get a second tone. Maybe build the sky. Maybe what we'll do is we'll come in and get another brush. I have a whole big pile of brushes right over here, right beside me. And they always seem to be there. And I'm going to do a different color for the sky. I think I want to do a more of a purpley color. I think I'm going to use this ultramarine blue here. Wish I had a. Well, I actually do have a easel in it, but it's over there. So we're just going to do this the one-handed method here. We'll come back and which color red should I use? This one or this one? Yeah, let's use this red over here. So I like it, and then I'm gonna make this purple. Kind of tone it down. I'm gonna have a reddish purple sky, and just a little bit. Then we'll tone it down, way down, and yeah, I wonder how C-3PO is doing. And we had like last night, Mr. Bean Oakley came in, and he hasn't been around for a while, months actually. All right. Okay, nobody here. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here. Oh, we'll just use a little bit of, why don't we just use gravity? We can use gravity like a brush. Add a bunch more water. And just to see what happens, we use gravity like a brush. Let that water, that print down, let it drip down. We'll add a little more red into the sky. Wish I knew where my gum eraser went to. Okay, let's just put all that color up here. Then we'll just pull it down. Try to keep it off my fingers. Just kind of just pull it down here. So at this point in time, in the reference photo, the sky is really blah and bland and blah. And so we're just going to create a different skyline altogether. It's all rather just kind of monotone and colorless. And so we want the sun right here. So I'm not going to really do too much more over here. I'm going to move it there. Get a sense that the sun is there, which means I think I'm going to do a different color altogether. Maybe okay, that's starting to get a little bit too. Can I get this to stay right there? Please stay. Okay, let's move this up here. Move it up here. Up there. Put some of it down here too. Gonna lift that color up and then move it. Got the waves kind of seeping in over here. There we go. All right, breakthrough. All right, I'm going to make a shift. I'm going to do a color shift here, And where the sun is at, which is like right there holding it up, you can't quite see it here, but in the reference photo. Hey, C-3PO, I was just thinking about you. Just thinking about you, wondering how you doing. And so I'm here just, I'm blocking the sun in. I hope I don't make it's just a sketch, so it don't really matter, right? Just a sketch. I want to make a, so we're going to just kind of put this in, this, and yeah. And then it's clear down here. And that would mean that it was clear out here. That's fine. You can watch sports. I mean, I don't like sports, but you can watch them. I don't care. I mean, we all like what we like, but I'm looking forward to the next batch of Olympics, though. It's probably going to look very odd and unnatural. It's been an eventful day. Yeah, it was an eventful day for me too. It's been kind of like, well, I had one of my teeth pulled out this week. I've been probably talking about it way too much. Like an old person complaining about their ailments and crap like that. Hmm. And yeah, just kind of like recovering from that. It certainly wasn't pleasant. Hey, you know what? You know what, Clint? I did another one of those birds last night. Let me see. I'll show you here. This is Oregon birds, and I now take a look at that image. Now this is what I painted last night, and it's from this part of Oregon, whereas I live clear out over there. Anyways, that's, you see that you take a look at that picture, and then, so this is what I did last night in watercolor. Didn't that look pretty close? So I had completely forgotten that. I mean, I didn't completely forget. I just didn't think about it. But having these bird books. Now I gotta make this make it seem like the sun is here. Let's keep it like that. Now what do I do about the sky? Now where do I go from here now? There we go. Of course the sun would be uneven. Alright, so this can make this a zone like that. And we'll just leave it like that. Okay, alright. I don't know what to do from here. Let's just come up and all right. Right. using Clint's two-handed method. Using my least favorite red on the palette. Let's see if we can get it to how... Oh, that fell down. All right, let's just take it back to the way it was. Oh, crap. I got paint all over a bunch of shit here. All right. We'll just do it this way. These sticks are they kind of get in the way a lot. They get in the way all the time. Maybe I should get rid of them. But you see, they're like sacred sticks. Sacred sticks. All right, well, let's just put a shit ton of water in here. And try to get it to... Get it to blend in. I finished that one painting that I started the last time you came on. That one painting, or it was the boat, and I finished that painting. I did a short with it. So it's good because using this, acrylics that I put in here is going to create something of a barrier in there, so that let's put some yellow in it, make an orange. But we'll kind of run it up red up here, get the color out of the brush. You know what? We're not trying to do anything exact because there's really nothing there, so we can just do whatever the hell we want to it, which is what we're doing right now. Whatever the hell we want, and just to see what we can do, whatever the hell we want in about an hour. I'm gonna come in here with this yellow. I'm gonna put a shit ton of this yellow down in here. More. Add some more water. There we go. And we're going to put that yellow in kind of right in close to the water line there. Here we go, water. It's got the sparklers in it. Looks more like yellow ochre, even though I didn't put any yellow ochre in it. But let's just see. This just makes me want to go to Hawaii. I really, 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 really want to go spend some time in Hawaii. But then again, I would settle for summertime at the Oregon coast, camping at South Beach State Park. South Beach State Park camping. And if I win the lottery, if I won a good sizable chunk of the lottery, it would be getting a stream. Fuck, what is the name of that? Those silver ones, the stream something camper. Stream. What is that? Can somebody please think of what the Stream something camper, you know, those silver campers that are like they got four wheels on them and you pull them right behind your truck or your car, your SUV. You don't need like a big giant truck to haul them around. Yeah, Clint, the can you think for me? Airstream, that's what I was thinking. Airstream. I don't like the fit. I don't want a fifth wheel. I want an Airstream or a trailer because if you get a fifth wheel, then you have to buy one of those $100,000 pickups that go with them. You know, and then if you get a trailer that has, then you could pull it behind a heavy SUV. You can pull them that way. And yeah, that's I wonder here. What if I couldn't do this? So I'm just going to take a little tiny bit of this. This is a paint that the more intuitive me, she sent me a whole set of watercolor paints. And that they were extra. She didn't, I think someone else gave them to her, and then she sent them to me about a month ago. And I just need some more yellow, some yellow that's more yellowy. I'll put it in here. And hopefully I can get it to, you know, blend in with that fluorescent yellow that I put in. I don't know if that's possible. We want to get it to work. Yeah. Airstream. That's kind of, that's like right there in dreamland for me, is an Airstream. And then do you guys up there in Canada have camp hosts? Do they have like, you know, if you are, a lot of retired people do it in in the United States. They retire, they get themselves a you know, like a fifth wheel or a big old RV or something like that, and then they do camp hosting, and then yeah, campgrounds and campgrounds. They're retirement homes, and so you're like a, you know, a working class person who worked all their life. You do own your own home. You retire. Maybe you keep your house, maybe you don't, and you downsize into a camper or like a big old RV or a Airstream or something like that. And then you, from the time that you're like 60 whatever, 62, 67, all the way through to the point where your body stops functioning, that usually it's about 5 years because people get tired of it after about 5 years, and so you live out of that, that camper, and then you live in campgrounds. You live in a campground, and you volunteer your time at a state campground to be a camp host. And in exchange, what you do is you spend time, you clean up the bathrooms, you pick up trash, you clean up the yurts, you do those kind of little jobs, and then you get free electricity, you get a free campsite, you get free, you trade you volunteer your time, you trade your labor in order to stay in a campground for like 2 weeks or a month. And so you, yeah, and so it makes your retirement, your pensions, whatever your pensions are or not, your Social Security, whatever, go a lot further. And so you extend the life of your money, and then so that you can hang on to those things for when you really do get old and you need help living. Let's see what we did for 40 minutes here. I know this doesn't look like a sun there, so I think I'm going to have to really work on this right here. And I don't even know if it looks like the ocean. It doesn't matter, does it? Right? All right, well, let's just come in here. We got this color. Putting that back in here. Yeah. So camp hosting, that's kind of like, I've seen that as like, God, I would love to do that. Especially if you had you had a great internet connection and you can, continue to do your shows or whatever you're doing, and then you have this live down at the ocean. That's like my dream, being able to live at the ocean. I've been dreaming about living at the ocean for since I'm my early 30s. Like since like the late 90s when I was in my early 30s. And I mean, yeah, granted, I do live a 40-minute drive away, so it's close. You're still just not that close. What do you think? I need to work on this area a little bit more. Let's see what happens here. We're going to add some of this red into it. Trying to give it kind of some dynamics. And it might be that it's just another day of painting on it, or we'll just see how much we can do in 1 hour. We call it a day. I think that's more likely that what we're doing here. Trying to make this just a little bit more dynamic coming out of there. You got the clouds, you got this, and how to make it more dynamic. So you look here, you got water, you got the ocean back over here, and there's the sun. Hi, Kaz. Welcome. You'll have to watch the playback, and you have to turn up the speed. You can also turn the sound completely off and listen to your favorite music, or you do like I do and watch it with the sound off and put some political podcast on, like IHIP or something, or like the fifth kind. I like the fifth kind too, with that Paul Wallace when he talks about ancient alien theory or next level soul. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that, Kaz. I'm going to be going on Elizabeth's show if she doesn't get sick again, and I'm going to be reading on her show on Monday, being a guest reader. Can I get this thing to stay like that, please? While I go and pick something else up to stay, please. And maybe I'll go back into, I know what I'll do. Because while we're in this bit of abstractness, okay, a little orange. All right, we'll do that. I'll take this fluorescent orange and then we'll just kind of roll it in here, do something kind of something artistic and creative. Maybe we come in here. We're gonna try to bring in that energy that's there of the sun, making it nice and bright. The more intuitive me More Intuitive Me. The More Intuitive Me. That's Elizabeth's channel. It's everything's on Eastern time except for me. I'm on Western time. And yeah, well, Clint's like way Eastern time. It's 0 when he comes in. He's on like further Western side time than me, but he can't come until summer. So that actually looks pretty cool. You put this massive amount of energy in there, and I think I'm gonna come up 2:50 a.m. there. Where are you at? Oh yeah, that's right. I know. That's why I said you, Clint. C3PO is like way Eastern. Okay, yeah. I thought you did. So I'm going to be reading on her channel, and eventually, Kaz, I'm going to be reading on my new channel, Tools of Fortune. I guess if I can, yeah. I was really thinking about, sometimes I got to really refrain myself from doing things because I don't know. I guess I could just start reading on this channel, but then I would lose. I don't know. It's not such a great idea. Let's go bring this, add this fluorescent pink in here. I'm going to put it in all over the place here, kind of moving it up. So we're just adding a bunch of energy into this guy. I got to go to like Guitar Center and get a part because one of my parts, this thing that's holding my camera up on a horizontal, there's a ball joint on it that's starting to wear out, and I don't really trust myself to order it online because I don't know if it's gonna like, you can get the wrong size. I like to. Can't exactly. I could show it to you, but maybe I'll show it to you as soon as I take this thing off the camera. It'll make the camera like super shaky if I go and show you what it is that I need to get, but it's just the sizing of it. Maybe we can take some of this and it's like we have this energy that's coming off the fingers. Huh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's not such a great idea. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Almost like I need a longer handled knife. It's the wrong kind of brush. I guess I could try that. Try this brush here that's longer. And come further away. See what happens. If I get this in here. It almost has a cartoonish quality to it. What do you think? And I'm like painting cartoons or something. Yeah, I know, but here, let me just show you. I'll show you what the damn thing is. I can, I'm gonna shake it's gonna shake down everything when I do this. But I can show you what, I can show you my setup. So we're looking at, this is my cell phone camera holder here. And this here is the part that is starting to wear out. There's a ball joint right in here, and it doesn't always hold it. And this here is a boom microphone stand. I don't need to show you that my bed is right over there. Show you how cluttered my space is. And if you go look over here, this is an easel here. So I got all my stuff here, a behind the scenes look, and go there's all that photo. And I look over here, this is a big huge pile of brushes, but I have a lot more brushes than this. And here's one of these things, a shaver. And I got my crystal ball over here, which I don't, and my rosary, which I've used my rosary more than I use that crystal ball. And I got some things, icons and pictures and crap like that. So we're going to bring it back over here. Coming back up here. So anyways, that's the thing. Hopefully it doesn't shut anything off. There we go. And so there's a part that, and that part is starting to wear out. And here we are. So let's just go back and take this thing this other direction here. It's not that everyone wants to know is that you have a tour of what a person has got going on for them backstage, but that's kind of what I got going on backstage. Yeah, well, it is, and I have another table just right beyond there. I have another table with a whole bunch of crap on it too, which is like mostly masks and stuff that I did. And then there's like, I don't know, I have a lot of stuff that I need to get rid of, but it's so hard to get rid of stuff. You know, and then right over here, essentially right over here, there's a big giant box that's full of super VHS tapes for in 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, that I had a public access TV show where I did poetry and art and stuff like that. And I have all the raw footage and everything of that show. And it's just like, well, what exactly do I need this stuff still for? But you know, I still have it. I don't have the heart to let it go. And I'm not exactly going to take that stuff and put it and store it out in the garage. I mean, I could. I have a lot of books and stuff stored in the garage, but I don't know. I mean, it's a real quandary when you got this stuff and you don't know what to do with it. I guess I could just throw it away, but I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? It's just I think I like the sky. I think I like what I did with the sky here. Let's move it back over here, like that. But yeah, there we go. Okay, I know what we're doing. I know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna take a little bit of these acrylics. Take that white. So if you're just like looking in here, looking in, this is 999 show. Like and sub if you like the content. Not, don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't know. That's what it is. I'm going to take this titanium white and we're going to layer this in here. I'm going to put it in here. Kind of make it, it'll texture it out. Get adding energy to it. Wish I had great internet connection away from home, and then I can set the easel up. And I guess I could have to do it if I. The problem with doing an almost live video like that is the damn. Oh, Kansas, because the reason it's called 999 show is because I see angel numbers. And a long time ago, when I in 20, I started seeing angel numbers like 2021 all over the place, and that's why I named it. And so when I was like looking for shopping around for channel names, I was thinking like 888, because 888 was a more common number that I would see than I've actually never seen 999, but I have seen it like in video game scores and stuff like that, but 999 is not an angel number you'd ever see on a clock. Neither is 888. 888 is not a clock number either. So we can see that there is something here. So I hope that explains it. And we put that in here. I'm just going to add that. Yeah, this does look really cartoonish, but that's fine. This area, I'm just going to leave it just like that. We'll just go defer to the natural paper, because that's natural paper is going to be far wider than any other kinds of paint that I can put on here. In the Bible, like Revelations, it would mean that you as an individual had come into being your perfected self. Six is six is the number of man, of humankind. 9 is the number of God. That's what you would look at it. That's how you look at it from a standpoint of a biblical number, and since that's what you see it as. 6, humankind. 9, God, from the book of Revelations. From a numerology perspective, we are looking at 999 is an angel number. Where do we got it? New combinations of numbers. Let's just go straight 999. So I don't have all this in memory. I have these books. I feel like I'm Einstein. So 666 in numerology as an angel number. You're looking at a number sequence, maybe indicating that you have taken on too much responsibility and your selflessness is no longer serving you. It may be a signal that you are impeding someone else's growth by not letting them take responsibility for themselves. That's a possibility of what it could mean according to this author. So everything is according to this author. There's no absolutes here, because the whole thing of angel numbers is completely subjective. And so 999, if there are things in your life that are no longer serve you or your spiritual alignment, this number signals it's time to let them go. This number could also serve to encourage you to persist if you feel yourself becoming less enthusiastic about a project you have been working on. So this is just one possibility. According to this this bloke here. It doesn't mean that's what it is. And that's what I've learned about the tarot, about anything so far. Everything is couched in a very subjective nature. There's nothing here that is absolute. No absolutism. It's nothing like that. And so you just don't, you can't really go down that road, because that absolutism thing just doesn't exist. It's subjective to you. Winds of Reflection, welcome. Yeah. So we got this subjectivity and so there, and then if you if you want to extend that out even a little bit further, and you look at like religion in general, it's all subjective. It's all subjective. Everything is there subjective, and so there's no absolutes. And there is an absolute but in our world there is no absolutes. And because that truth is all subjective, it's different for different people. There are certain things that are universal, but it's really hard to get at that universal truth that everyone seeks. Oh, I'm just doing a sketch here. I'm not really thinking about meanings here, and so Winds of Reflection. This here is a picture I took of there's the sun right here, and I wanted to get an effect that you're actually holding the sun up in your hand, and that's what we got going on here. And I took it at the beach, which is my most favorite place in the world to be. And so what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get that effect. And so I guess we're doing multimedia here. I'm coming over this area. I've come first with the acrylics and the watercolor rivenet. Okay. So we had, do you want to come on my show sometimes, Winds of Reflection? Would you like to be a guest on my show? What do you do? I probably have you on my subscriber list. What do you do? I got it. Do I have a blank piece of paper here? Ravneet. And what part of the world are you from, Ravneet? Are you like in India? So if you want to come on my show sometime, maybe if you do tarot, we can do color in the tarot. This is my my email address for the show, THE. This is a period 999SHOW@gmail.com. I didn't get a guest on. It looks like I probably won't have a guest next week, but I do have an open spot. If you want to come on next Friday, and we can do something. Maybe, I don't know what you do, but if you just want to talk about your life and your experience in the world of religion and spirituality. I don't know what your religious background is, that doesn't really matter, but if you want to come talk about that, I'd be more than happy to oblige you. And let's mix this down a little bit more. Maybe we're kind of making this more. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing now. Got too much water on the page. I guess we'll have to extend that out. But anyways, if you want to be a guest on the show, just email me and tell me a little bit about yourself, and we'll see what we can come up with. If you're into tarot, then we can do a coloring the tarot session. I haven't had one of those for 2 weeks. And if you're not into tarot and you're into something else, we're not doing politics on this show, so that's the difference. I'm not. That's the only thing is no politics. Actually, that's not bad now. I think it's not. It's getting a. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm feeding into somebody's polarization or to. Good night. Good night. Or you know, maybe talk about aliens or I don't know something. I don't know something. That's right. I do have a guest. I have a guest on tomorrow in my church chat, my after church chat show. I'm having Care Vera Bar the Cards. She's going to come on. We're going to celebrate her poetry on my show. Actually, that's not bad. So what do you think? Does this look like there's a ball of light in the hand? The hand is holding up and there's this whole ball of light that is emanating outward. Ocean scenes. Well, good. I'm glad that it does. So what do you do, Kaz? What do you do on your show? I can't actually go and look because I can't multitask with this device. I have to get that look like it's holding on to a ball of. Yeah, there you go. I haven't really used this brush in a long time. You liked it when it was just white? Unfortunately, we're beyond that, right? It still is just white. But oh well, that's what it is. Yeah, I got this, I've been thinking about not doing this on my other show, but trying it out soon, is going down on Reddit and pulling questions off of Reddit and then reading this tarot deck. Okay, on Twitch. All right. Okay. Yeah. I have some ideas. I'm gonna try them out. Not this week. I got relatives coming over this week, so that kind of just blows the whole week when you got relatives. No, I think this thing is done. I think it's done. I'm just gonna take a look at it. All right. Well, sometimes Kaz, you can come on and do. You've seen one of my coloring the tarot shows, have you? Have you not? And I know that Miss Tarot D wants to do this card, and she's not available till May. And okay, you enjoy accents. So with Tarot Ask Backwards, we did this one. Looks like it was 124? It's way back then. Now we're in the 4th month. Yeah. And so I did this one with Moon Scarab. Oh, that's right. I'm going to be on Moon Scarab's show on Wednesday. Going to be on In Orbit. Justice card. That's one's open. Hangman. I did this one for myself. Temperance. I feel like I did this one. Oh, I did this one up for myself too. I'm not gonna do that one. I already did that one. I did this one with Care Bear Bar the cards, and then this one I did with Ange with Roots and Waves. She was my first guest on this show on 110, and maybe Kaz, maybe you'd like to come on and do the Sun card. Would you like to do this card, Kaz? Just say yes or no. I think you probably want to do this one. You saw that one? You saw the moon, but maybe Kaz, maybe you want to help me color this one. I flashed my email address. You think about it. I tell you what, Kaz, I am going to pencil your name in here. I don't know when you're going to do this, but I'm hoping that you'll come on in the next 2 weeks. There you go, Kaz. This is your card. And all you have to do is talk for 90 minutes and tell me what to do. And that's it. That's all you got to do is you got to talk for 90 minutes and you got to tell me what to do. And what color is this going to be? And you talk about things that you're interested in. If the conversation devolves into talking about Hot Wheels, then it devolves into talking about Hot Wheels, and that's fine. Or whatever. So or if it comes into only thing is we ain't talking about politics. That's the only thing is no politics on this channel. I almost talked about it with Jeff, and the temptation was very, very strong. And anyways, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna call it a night because I don't know what else I can do here, and I don't know that I really need to do anything else on this. And I'm gonna come back tomorrow at 12:21 p.m. Western for my after church chat, and I'm going to have Care Rare Bar the cards, and she's going to be showing up at 12:30. Reading some of her poems. The Wandering Wanderer. Okay, Cass. Can you please leave either go send me that email? Okay, you email me midweek, but before you do that, can you please go to my community page post and or any video and just put your name down there so I can go look at your channel. Just a hello or anything like that on a video that's already posted, not this one, because it won't be until the middle of the day tomorrow when I can access the chat on this to go look at to see what was going on. Not until this video posts, because it takes like 14-15 hours to fully upload the video so that it's it's rendered in there. And so once it's like fully uploaded to YouTube or whatever was going on in that thing, that's the point in time that I can go back in there and look at the chat. And then my memory is like really super short because I'm getting older and all that crap. And anyways, so that would be my thought is that and anyway, so that's all I got for tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. and for listening, for supporting me, and all that stuff. And I look forward to seeing all y'all another time. And I'll be back tomorrow at 12:21 for something cool. Well, poetry is something cool to some people, not to everybody. And then I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna read on Elizabeth's channel, The More Intuitive Me, on Monday afternoon, and then I'm gonna go on Moon Scarab's channel Wednesday, in orbit with Moon Scarab, and I'm gonna do something on Tuesday night after my relatives leave. I don't know what, but it's gonna be something. Anyways, that's it for now. Bye bye. Blessings and peace to you, and hold that sun high up in the sky with your hand. And we'll see you later. Bye bye.